Hey, I think we're recording. Yay! Alright, so I made this video for you. And this is... Hush! My dog is barking, sorry. So, this goes along with Station 4. And as you can see, this is going to be for page 31 in your interactive notebook. And the title is called Solving Multi-Step Equations. So if you haven't already, go ahead and on your table of contents, go ahead and put solving multi-step equations for 31 in your interactive notebook, and you will be ready to go. So in Station 4, we're going to go over our equation here and fill this out. You will have an opportunity to practice. So as you can see, here's the problem here. It's 3 times 2x minus 1 minus 3 is equal to 4x minus 5 minus x. So step by step, the first thing that we are going to do here is we are going to distribute our 3x. Now first let me say that the object of this is to solve for x, and we're going to have to use PEMDAS and inverse operations to solve. So if we're looking at PEMDAS, first thing you can see on the far left is that parentheses. We're going to have to distribute that. So I put these arrows here, and later in a station, or in another station, you will hear the term popping arrows, and you will soon know what that means. So 3 times 2x is 6x, and then 3 minus 1 is negative 3. So as you can see, I'm pointing at that there. And so if you flip up, this is where you're going to put your answer. So again, 3 times 2x is going to be 6x, and we're going to treat that minus sign as a negative number so that we can read that as 3 times negative 1. So obviously a positive times a negative is going to be a negative, so we're going to have a negative 3. And then we're just going to drop everything else down. That negative 3 equals 4x minus 5 minus x is just going to follow through. So when we flip it up, okay, so here we go. So when you flip it up, you're going to see 6x minus 3 is equal to 4x minus 5. And then I put a 1 in front of that x just to show you that that's 1x, so minus 1x. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is combine like terms. And like terms refers to anything there that we see that has a variable or that does not have a variable. So for instance, everything that says x will be a like term, and everything that does not is a like term. So notice that I underlined my like terms on the left, and I double underlined my like terms on the right. So these are the things I'm going to combine separately. So on the left hand side, it's negative 3, same signs, add and keep. So it's going to be negative 6. And then on the right side, I'm going to read that as 4x minus 1x. So of course, 4 minus 1 is 3. So I'm going to read it as 6x minus 6 is equal to 3x minus 5. And I shouldn't say I like to. It is customary in math to make sure that your coefficients attached to a variable remain the first term when you have an equation. So that's why it looks like that. I switched that 3 to the front. So now I'm going to get rid of my 6's, and it says to collect all constants on one side of the equation. I like for my variables to stay on the left and my constants to stay on the right. So I'm going to take that negative 6 right there and do the opposite of subtraction, which is addition to each side. So negative 6 plus 6 cancels out, and then negative 5 plus 6, negative and a positive, subtract, keep the sign of the biggest number, positive 1. So I end up with 6x equaling to 3x plus 1. So again, 6x is equal to 3x plus 1. And for 3, you're going to put the word constants there in the blank on that part of the foldable. And then we're about to move on. Okay, so for number 4, we're going to collect all the variables on the opposite side. So again, the variable, that is a vocabulary term. A variable refers to our letter, what is something that can change. So you can see on the right hand side I've got this 3x. I want it to go on the negative. So it's positive now. I'm going to subtract, and then I'm going to cancel out the 3's. And then on the left side I've got 3x is equal to 1. Then I'm going to divide 3 on each side. I've got to divide my coefficient. So 3x divided by 3 cancels out, and 1 divided by 3 stays 1/3. So my final answer is x is equal to 1/3. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, and just 4. And hopefully you will get this. Please, please, please make sure you show your work. And when you get to station 5, we'll go over them. We'll draw on the desk, and I have something for you if you did your work correctly. See you soon.